Welcome, Waffle Warriors. My name is Waffle Addict, and I decided to try this again. You may recall, you may not, it depends on if you were here a long time ago. How long you've been on the channel. You may know about this if you were just scrolling through my videos. I made a video about why I started a YouTube channel. And, I don't even know if I'm really gonna upload this or not. But, doesn't hurt to try. So, I was basically telling you why I made a YouTube channel and why I decided that it would be, I guess, a good idea to try to raise awareness for some things. I guess I wanted to try to reiterate that fact and at least try to explain it a little bit more, in a better way. A few of you may know Markiplier, or Jacksepticeye, or PewDiePie, or, other YouTubers who do charity work. I guess that's where I got this from. I didn't think I was going to be able to do YouTube because of a lot of things. There were a lot of different reasons why I couldn't really do YouTube. But I sort of made it work. And, YouTube has honestly been one of the best things that has happened to me in the past few years. It's really enjoyable for me because I get to interact with the community in a way that I never thought I would be able to. And I guess the reason behind that is I find sort of YouTube is sort of, in a way, my comfort zone where I can feel comfortable and I can go to, certain people like Mark or Jack or, just basic YouTubers when I am not in the best mood or something, along those lines. And that's why I decided to make a YouTube channel because it would be sometimes in my day. It's really weird and hard to describe, but I would just, I'd be in a really just bleh mood. So I would go and I'd watch Jack. Because Jack, he's really funny. I feel like he's a really genuine guy, and so is Mark. And I don't think the first time I saw Mark I knew that he did charity work. But then I heard about something called charity live streams. I had no idea that you could do things like this. But I didn't know about GoFundMe, I didn't know about YouTube in general. But then my cousin, whenever I went over to his house, he would always watch YouTube. So I just sat there and I watched it with him. We were watching Oculus Rift videos because at this time I was completely obsessed with the Oculus Rift and the whole concept of being involved in the game that you're playing instead of being behind a screen. So I'm sitting here, I'm watching all these Oculus Rift videos, just laughing so hard because, we watched some horror games and stuff like that because those were the funniest. Because I love jump scares and things like that, and people would always just get scared out of their skin, so I found it entertaining. And I stumbled across this one video in particular that really made me laugh. It was Dreadhalls by Markiplier. And I didn't know who he was at this time, but I knew that he was funny. And me and my cousin couldn't stop laughing watching him run through these halls like a maniac and trying to figure out where he needs to go and just screaming at the jump scares. It was hilarious. So I'm walking out of his room because my dad comes and picks me up. And I ask him before I leave, hey, what's that YouTuber's name that just played that game? He reads it, and he's like, Markiplier, I think? Oh, okay. So I go home, I look up Markiplier, and I find tons of videos. And there was a lot of great content, and I loved it. And then later on this year, I find out that he does charity live streams, and I didn't even know that was possible. And it was fascinating to me. I didn't know that you could do so many things just by interacting with the community in the way that he would do it. So it was really, really cool. And I decided this would be really fun to do. I mean, I don't know, well, I'm pretty sure you know, if you know me, that I'm a little bit of a humanitarian, a little. So I wanted to donate to people like he did, and I wanted to start a YouTube channel and do art, because, I love art. Art is my life. So I decided I was going to try to do speed paints. And speed paints turned out to be pretty good for me, because I love to draw, first of all, and I found that my art style improves a lot more, like very quickly if I do it on the computer, because it's harder when you have to do it on the computer. So when you get to paper, then things seem to be easier to do. So I use that as sort of like a training method, as well as a release of, some of the day's events. It would be very, very fun, especially when people would actually watch it. And the first couple of views I had, I found were so amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, people are actually watching it. But before this, I did the Agario video, which didn't really get any attention, I don't believe. I don't really remember. But I remember I was just sitting there at the computer just waiting for something to happen, like, oh my gosh, is this gonna just fly off? And then I can just start doing charity and stuff soon, and then I'm like over here deciding, okay, I need to find a point where I need to start doing this. Like, what do I need to accomplish first? So I'm sitting here. I feel like 1,000 subscribers would be pretty good, and then I'll hold my first charity live stream. So at least if everybody donates $1, I could donate $1,000 to charity, and that was my goal. And I am sticking to that goal until the end, believe me. So, I decided that's what I was gonna do, and this is what I wanted to do with my time, and this is how I want to contribute to the community. Because when you are young like me, but you love to help people, and one of the things that can completely put a damper on your day is seeing people that aren't as fortunate as others, and it's seeing people in wheelchairs, or seeing people that are really sick, or just even watching a movie about a true story about it will just move you in more ways than one. I found it was going to be great to try to donate to charity and things like that. And YouTube is just going very, very slow. And at this rate, I don't know if I'm sort of just bad at YouTube, or if I need to, well, no, I just need to start uploading more, and that's what I was making this about. Also, because I am in a very strict school, so I have homework every night, and homework is a complete buzzkill. It takes up most of my day, and so the chores and homework, basically I don't finish those until very late at night, and for reasons that I don't feel I would be able to tell you at this time, I have to go to bed early, and I can't really do much after 9 o'clock. I have to pretty much go to bed and try to hope that I'll have time to record and edit. Editing is the thing that basically runs all of the time. So, here are my options that I want you guys to decide for me, because I am not going to go off of what I want. I want to make you happy. This isn't, my opinion doesn't matter in this, except a little bit. I guess you could say it matters. But, I could either not do YouTube until I have the time, the proper time to put my effort into it, or I continue to